Well, Ranger Dog, it says we're Live. Live. I don't know what they're barking at out there, Ranger. Hey, Mark! Brother Mark, what is up, brother? Hope all is well, swell, and always, man, totally hip and groovy. Totally hip and groovy, man. I'm just relaxing. I had some dinner. Been a busy work day. I'm tired. So yeah, I'm just relaxing, man. It's just, I figured I'd be. It's like one of those nights where it's like, let's talk about a long, strange trip it's been. It really has been a long, strange trip. I was thinking about that. Oh, Andrew, what's up, brother? Very groovy, very groovy. Yeah, dude. I'm just chilling in, chilling in my own style, my own little VW session style. So I'm just hanging. Yeah, man. It's been. I dig my new job, dude. I dig it. I dig it a lot. And it seems like the management, my boss, my supervisor, he really likes my work. He says I've picked up on. That's my version of 2 thumbs up. Yeah. You know, what guy likes VWs a lot? This guy. You know who likes brownies a lot? This guy. That comes from that 70s show. So yeah, man, I'm just hanging. But I do like my new job. I do. Like I said, my supervisor, he seems like, well, every day he tells me, man, you're doing a good job. I hope to see you tomorrow. That's what he always says. So I guess they're worried if I'm going to come back or not, but I come back. Peace, hey! KO Pesting? I hope I'm saying that right. Kopesti? Peace, yeah, peace, man. You like the peace bus? You like the VW bus? Nothing but peace in this bus. Seriously, nothing but peace. There's old Ranger Dog. Mr. Ranger Dog. Mr. Ranger Dog. Yeah, the puppy dogs that are here. Yep. I know, brother, man. I know what you're saying. We all need a little peace, And how I achieve my peace, obviously, is with disc golf. Talking to you fine folks. Because that has a lot to do with inner peace, and just getting it out in the world, work, it's all the little things in life that give us peace, peace of mind, peace of heart, gives us peace, We all got to give peace a chance, right? Seriously. It's been a long, strange trip. I've been thinking about that. Ranger and I have been buddies. I've known Mr. Ranger Dog. Mr. Ranger Dog has been a part of my life for 5 years. Breaking the shell. Well, hello, Breaking the Shell. How are you? Hope all is well, swell, and totally hip and groovy. Totally hip and groovy. As always, in yo neck of the woods. We're just discussing what kind of long, strange trip it's been and how I've had Mr. Ranger Dog now going on, let's see, 14, 15, 16, 17, going on 4 years. Yep, 4 years. Yep. I don't know why he's so tuckered out, but he's tuckered out. Even though he just hangs out in the car all day while Daddy works. It looks like a peach. See, I need glasses. I used to wear glasses. I'm supposed to be wearing glasses. That look like a peach, Did I tell you, fine folks, I moved to the country and I'm eating a lot of peaches. Yeah, this is where I got you guys propped up on here. Some potassium glued. Some potassium. So yeah, I've had Ranger. Ranger's had me. We've been buddies for 4 years. We've been hanging out 24/7 for the past year now. Yep, 7:30, man. I figured I better do a quick show before MF Mark Fun Jones goes on. But yeah, 7:30 Mark goes on. He's chilling. He's doing his painting. I'm gonna be just hanging out, man. I'll be catching the live video. I tried to catch Nola Deeges, but it says he was offline, and then Chris Shiner Dog, sorry, he was online, or streaming, but it said he was offline. So I was like, ooh, I better do a quick hellos and what's ups, and yes, what a long strange trip. It's definitely been a long strange trip. Movie Mania Nick, what's up, my brother? My DeLorean brother from another mother. Dude, Nick, I forgot to tell you, man. See, I've always loved DeLoreans ever since I seen Back to the Future when I was a kid. I just turned 8 years old when I seen Back to the Future. And dude, we were living at the Rincon Beach House at the time. My mom and dad, or my dad worked for an oil company, and we were waiting to move into our house in Southern California. And it was all on fire where we were supposed to be moving into, just like what's going on now. Same place, same situation, but less. I guess it's more intensive now. But they were having a massive fire. So Conoco had my parents and my brother and I in a beach house for like almost 2 months. And like 3 houses down from the beach house, this guy owned a DeLorean. And I was just like totally blown away, because I was like, that guy has a time machine, you know. And being 8 years old, 7, 8 years old, you're like, oh, you know, that's a time machine when you see a DeLorean. And in Southern California, you see them everywhere. You see them everywhere, especially, you know, during the 80s, and even more so now. You see just as much as you did back then. But I'd always wave at him when he'd leave, when he'd drive, go to work, or go into town. Well, one day he just offered to. He came and asked my mom and dad if he can give my brother and I a ride in the DeLorean. And I thought it was really cool to be riding around in a DeLorean. Me too, man. I have a DeLorean or two, but they're really small. But they're in storage somewhere. You know, two vehicles I wanted my whole life growing up: a DeLorean or a VW bus. Of course, you know, I had a VW bus a lot cheaper. You know, I'm sure I probably could have got a DeLorean back, you know, in like the mid '90s. Maybe not. Maybe they've stayed up in their little price range. Probably a little cheap, but not like cheap as a VW bus. Oh, he said something. Whoa, almost dropped you. Oh, that's cool, man. That's cool. I can remember the original DeLorean from the movie at Universal Studios in Hollywood when we'd go. It was always right next to the tram line when you'd wait to catch the tram, you know, for the tour around Universal Studios. And I always thought that was a big deal. And then, right after Back to the Future came out, Back to the Future 2 came out, because they shot like the 50s scenes, you know, from Back to the Future 2, when Doc and Marty go back to the 50s to 55, and it's like the 55s. They shot that first, and then they shot the future scenes. So when you'd go to Universal Studios after Back to the Future 2 came out for about 2 or 3 years until it burnt down back there, the back lot, Hill Valley, you know, Clock Tower Square, whatever they call it, it was all Back to the Future 2. It was like, I went in 1991 to the Nintendo World Championships, and we took the ride, and that's when I seen it. And it was just like, you know, just like seeing the movie, you know, Cafe 80s was there. I mean, it was just like, the only thing that wasn't there was the pond, the little thing that they dug in the middle. It was yeah, the tour. Yeah, I took I used to go to Universal Studios when I lived in Southern California. I grew up in Southern California, and my dad worked for the oil company, so he always got like freebies. He got free tickets from the oil companies to like the Dodgers. Was always going to the Dodger games. We got free tickets to Disneyland, Six Flags, Universal, all that stuff. Yeah, dude. See, the last time I did the tour, the Universal Backlot tour in Hollywood, it was like I said in '91, and that's when they still had like the original King Kong attraction that opened up at Universal Studios Hollywood. The original King Kong, and they still had like Earthquake there, and then like maybe like '92, maybe it could have been early '93. They had a massive fire sweep through the back lot, and it burnt down, totally burnt down. I got to keep an eye on the time because I know Mark Fun Jones is going live, going live. Sorry, I had to look at my phone because it seems like somebody wants to connect with me on Messenger, on Facebook Messenger, and I don't know who it is. It's like, I don't know who that person is. So yeah, that was the last time I did the Universal tour. When I lived in Southern California in 2010, I lived there in 2010 through 2014 until my dad got sick. I never had time. I was always working. I never went to Universal Studios, never went to Disneyland, Six Flags, none of that. You know, and I look back and I'm kind of disappointed. There was a day that my ex-wife and I were going to go do Disneyland because living in Southern California, you go to like Craigslist. I was telling my boss about it. You go to Craigslist and you can like buy for the day somebody's annual pass, like their daily pass. It's like $60, and but you'd have to leave your ID there. Oop, Mark said something. Oh, that's cool. I went to Epcot. I went to Disney World. I went to Epcot in '81. Yeah, it was '81. It's right after they opened up Epcot Center, and it was crazy, man. I was the only little kid. I can remember my brother, like he cramps all the time when you'd stay up late in his legs. So that was like a big deterrent of going to Epcot. But what's crazy is I went to Epcot in '81 and Disney World in '81. But then I went back to Disney World in '03 when I went to my cousin's wedding, and I completely forgot you got to like ride a boat over to Disney World, you know, to the Magic Kingdom as they call it. I did not remember that at all. I was totally blown away. But this is way back. Did I say '03? I'm sorry. It was way back in '96. It was the last time I was at Disney World, was in '96. So it's been a while. Been a while, you know, 20 years, you know, jeez. You right, Mr. Ranger Dog? Oh, wow, 17 years? Man, when I was a kid in Southern California, we went 2 times every summer. 2 or 3 times every summer. It was a big deal. Especially when family would come from Oklahoma to visit. It was just like, yeah. We took the monorail because we stayed at Disney World like a couple days, and we took the monorail in one time. Yeah, we old folks, huh, man? We old. I know, man. I'm getting old. So yeah, that's part of the long strange trip. Long strange trip, but that's long before I had this VW bus. I just been thinking about the trips and the adventures and the weirdness that has taken place in this old VW bus. Mr. Ranger Dog, he's doing well. He's doing well. Some days on his hip dysplasia, he has good days. Some days he has not so good days. And Mr. Ranger Dog, past 2 days, is not so good days. He's getting around. I mean, he gets around and does what he needs to do, but you can tell with the cold weather that we've had, his hips are like not too groovy. He's just chilling. He's just chilling. Yeah, man. Yeah, Mr. Ranger Dog, he's my buddy. Today, during my live stream, I had this lady come up, and she loves puppy dogs, and I was doing a live stream on my lunch break, and Mr. Ranger Dog, she had to get all kinds of little puppy dog treats from this lady and whatnot. It was really cool. She's one of the ladies that delivers the parts. Yeah, he's a cool dog, man. I've never been this close to a puppy dog in my life. I've had some really cool dogs. I had a yellow lab as a little kid, and then through my early teenage years, I had a German Shepherd that we adopted when we still lived in Southern California, and that was a real cool German Shepherd puppy dog. His name was Brando, and then the Golden Lab was Gusto. Oh yeah, dogs are cool, man. I've always loved dogs. I've always got along with dogs. I just I've never had a puppy dog like Mr. Ranger. Like like I said, I've had him going on 4 years now. I met Mr. Ranger in 2013 when I came to visit, and I went out to Daryl's because that's where I got Ranger, was at Daryl's, and that's when it was first brought to me that, hey, do you want Ranger? Because I can't keep Ranger because Daryl got Ranger from his niece, and his niece like moved somewhere where she couldn't have Rangers. Ranger's kind of been tossed around from person to person. I think I'm like the 4th person to own Ranger. And he has super duper separation anxieties. So, and that was what was going on at Daryl's house. When Daryl would drive into town, Mr. Ranger would try to follow Daryl, and Ranger was spotted down the road a couple times, about a mile or two down the road. And Daryl was always worried that he was going to get shot or get run over or get picked up, you know. So Daryl was like, he couldn't keep Ranger at his house, and that's basically the time I came around, and I was like, well, if I move back to Oklahoma, because I didn't know if I was moving back yet or not, I was like, if I move back, I'll take Mr. Ranger, because Mr. Ranger was just really cool. There was something about his aura when I first met him. And then when we moved in to 2014, that's when I moved back to Oklahoma, and we got Mr. Ranger. Daryl called me out of the blue. He's like, hey, if you want Ranger, you better come and get him. Of course, we jumped in the car the next day and went and got Mr. Ranger. So yeah, I don't know how old he exactly is, and I don't know his birthday, but every Christmas time is like a special time for Mr. Ranger, because that's when he came to my ex-wife and I, was during Christmas time. So he's like a Christmas dog. He's really cool. I got to keep an eye on the time here. I got to make sure it's 10 after, because I know Mark Fun Jones is going to be broadcasting at 30 after my time in my same time zone. Before I had Ranger Dog, dude, like when I back in like my hippie traveling days, I had kitty cats. I was a kitty cat person, and so I had kitty cats. I never had a puppy dog since Brando, since the German Shepherd. And Brando, he passed away in like 99, 98, somewhere in there. I think it was 98. And that was the last time I had a puppy dog, until Mr. Ranger came along in 2013, 2014. Yeah, I had I had a cat. Zigzag was Ziggy for short, and he was a real cool cat. I actually I had 2 cats at one time before I moved to California. When I was living in Ponca, in the house has up for sale now, I had Zigzag, and then my sister-in-law, she worked at a veterinary clinic, and they had this cat there named Skeeter. And Skeeter was an older cat, and he lived with this older lady. Well, Skeeter came in to get a bone. A bone was like caught in his throat to get a little operation done. Well, while Skeeter was in the vet, his owner died. This little old lady died. So they had this kitty cat for like, I don't know, like almost a year or so, and they talked me into she talked me into taking Skeeter. And yeah, like I said, Skeeter was really old, and he just, one night I got up and he passed away like because he was that old. He uh he that cat Skeeter had issues. He had super anxiety around people. He did not. It took Skeeter like 2 or 3 months to even come up to me after I got him to my house. He stayed in his own room. It, didn't come out, and that's how he mostly did. Even when people came over, they didn't believe I had a second cat, because Ziggy was always, he was the one that you always saw. And then right before I moved to California, I think what happened was the neighbor did something. I think the neighbor killed Ziggy, shot him, because Ziggy just didn't come home one night, and the neighbor was known to do that with cats. So, yep, that was like basically the animals I had until Mr. Ranger Dog came along. Mr. Ranger Dog. So, yep, I'm just doing a little ambiance there. It's my split window VW hippie bus, and then of course you always got a Buddha belly here for luck, And then of course that's my dad in the background. All right, Brother Mark, I will be tuning in. Tuning in, man. I'm going to say my goodbyes, everybody. I appreciate everybody tuning in on this groovy evening. It's just been like, what a long, strange trip, but it has been a long, strange trip. Seriously. I mean, I've owned this bus going on 18 years. That's amazing, I have no kids. By the way, a lot of people ask me, do you have any kids? No, I have no kids. So it makes me think, if I would have had a kid when I bought this VW bus, that kid would be going on 18 now. It trips my mind. It's a long, strange trip. Like I said, it's gone by so fast. It really has. This bus has taken me to California and back 3 times. And it's taken me to Missouri and back, I don't know, 30, 40 times. It's taken me to Arkansas and back 4 or 5 times. I've done some traveling in this old VW bus. I really have. Old Mark Fun Jones is getting ready. So I hope everybody's going to tune in to Mark Fun Jones's Fun Time. Fun Time with Mark Fun Jones. Fun Time. I like that, dude. He's a cool cat, man. Heck yeah. Thank you, Mr. Movie Mania Nick. Mr. Nick, my brother. Thank you for tuning in, man. Seriously. Alrighty. I'm going to say my adieus myself. Everybody's going to head on out, and I'm going to get ready to call it an evening, get my bed settled up so I can watch some YouTubers, because I just like to lay down and relax and watch YouTube, just chill. That's the good thing about having your home on wheels. My home is where my bus is. Alrighty, folks, until I see you tomorrow on a live stream, stay tuned to my daily edited vlog. It's a daily type 2 edited vlog. It comes out every day. It's an edited vlog, but it's just a little snippet of my day. Be kind to one another. Love one another. Stay grateful for every single moment of the day. And thank you for subscribing to my channel, as always. Thank you. Peace, love, and Volkswagen grease.